sky right before my eyes, just like the sea moves me every time, calling to me, begging me. Reality reminds me I still want you. I want you. I still want you.
Hey hoes, I'm Crit,
I'm Donato.
And I'm Vi.
and welcome to Island Fever, where grown-ass Pacifica people talk about doing grown things. And today we are here at the beautiful Kaimana Beach Hotel, thanks to our sponsors Kaimana, Gilead, the Ione Foundation, and Don't Drink the Water in American Samoa.
And no, we're not being shady to American Samoa.
We are gathered here in the name of AAPI Solidarity, and to do that, we got a whole-ass Filipino with us, a whole-ass Filipino celebrity, all the way from Ever Beach, the international sensation known as Bretman Rock. What up?
Hey everyone, hello studio audience, and hello from people watching at home.
Yes.
We're
Thank
so
you so
grateful
much
to
for
have you.
having me.
I mean, the last time I saw you, call me Budget.
And,
Dude.
and now you do have budget. I manifested for you.
Yes.
You're
You
welcome.
did, you really did.
You're not on the ground anymore, like shooting with an iPhone.
Is that what happened there? They were
Girl,
on the ground?
He was on the ground with a mic and a phone.
Oh!
And I'm like,
No, listen,
Shit.
that was Michael Lisa was supposed to bring microphones, and he didn't. And so I had to pull out my phone. So, and that's,
he also didn't bring a shirt.
I mean, I told
What
him not
did
to.
he bring?
We
I
are
told him
being
not to.
so shady this season
Yo,
one.
we're in
Yo.
Hawaii, the beautiful land.
Exactly, at Kaimana Beach. Shout out to Kaimana. Is he gay?
Yes.
Every time I'm here, like, it's for a gay thing.
It
Listen,
is.
I told someone we were filming here and they said, oh, the gay hotel? And I'm
I'm
like,
saying.
I feel safe.
No, it really is. I mean, shout out to Hill Zablan. He be looking after us all the time.
Yes.
So.
Kaimana, you really for the girls and the gays. Thank you.
hello.
Period. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wait, so in the name of API Solidarity, you
Yes.
came here from the Philippines. Tell us a little bit about that journey, how you got here, what the big changes were from your hometown, and all those things.
Period. Okay, well, yes, like you said, she is from the Philippines, better than Billie Jeans. I moved here when I was 8 years old. And to be honest, like when you're 8, it's really hard to grasp what it is to be an immigrant or what it is to move somewhere else. Especially because when I was looking at the world map, like I would ask my dad where Hawaii was, and it's like the little speck in the middle of the ocean. And so it's hard to grasp that people were even in here. So I remembered like when we landed in Hawaii and I looked around and I'm like, girl, is this Manila? Like I really thought we were still in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Because even when I stepped out, the flight attendants were Filipino.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody around me was Filipino. And why would my mom take me? The first stop we went to was swap meet.
Okay.
So I was literally like, girl, we in the Philippines. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
And even just like my first day of school, a lot of my friends were Filipino. And so to be honest with you, like, I never realized that I was an immigrant until kids at my school started speaking English and I didn't.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, what y'all saying? Or I remembered when they all stood up for the Pledge of Allegiance. And girl, I thought that was so cunty. Like I was like, oh my god, like
Put your
y'all
right hand
really,
over your
yes,
heart.
like, to the flag. Like, it's so cunty. Because in the Philippines, they're so strict with our flag ceremony. Like we literally all like
Yeah.
get out of our class, lined up in the hall, and like do a whole ceremony and a dance, a morning dance, girl.
Okay.
But in here, you just stand up from where you're sitting. You do the Pledge of Allegiance. I thought that was cunt.
Until it wasn't. We don't really be doing the Pledge of Allegiance no more in this
Right,
world.
Exactly.
Let's just put it out there. Are Filipinos Pacific Islanders?
No, absolutely not. And I think if you're Filipino and you identify as that, I think it erases the Pacific Islander experience. I'm not here to tell anyone how they should identify as, honestly, because girl, that's on you.
Right.
Yeah.
But as for me, I'm Filipino as fuck. Like,
Okay.
you know, and I feel like there are Filipinos that identify as Pacific Islanders, maybe just because they want to sound unique. But I say if you want to sound unique, just say you're an Asian Islander because that's what we are. Like
Okay.
Filipino is comprised of 7,641 islands.
Oh.
Yeah.
On a low tide, because on a high tide, I don't know
Tell
the
'em.
exact number, but I think like about 100 islands sinks. Anyways, no, I don't think we are Pacific Islanders. Yes, we are islands in the Pacific, but that also would mean Japanese people are Pacific Islanders, which
Right.
they're not. You don't see Japanese people saying they're Pacific Islanders.
Right.
Yeah.
Growing up in Hawaii, and I've spoken to a lot of my friends, and there are a couple of my friends who are full Filipino that identify with Pacific Islander and identity because they didn't grow up in the Philippines
Right.
at all, or they don't know
Yeah.
anything about what it is to be Filipino. They don't know the language, the food even.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that's when I'm saying like I can't really tell how people identify
Yeah,
as,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Because for some of them, like Hawaii is all they know.
Yeah, that's
For
true.
sure.
The Pacific is all they know.
And so many people
Yeah.
are mixed here too, right? Everybody's so
Yes.
mixy, so it's like
Yeah.
a lot of Hawaiians are Filipino as well. So it's like, there's just different education everywhere.
Yeah.
But one thing that I thought was really interesting, I'm not sure if you've heard this before, Bretman.
Hit me.
But there's a Dr. Anthony Campo. He's Filipino out there. Shout out to Dr. Anthony.
Is
And
he cute?
Why would you put me on the spot like that?
Why would you?
Why would you share the name and not leave?
Because I'm
with
trying to
the-
shout out, give credit where
No,
it's
you
due.
were like, shout out over there.
No.
Anthony. That's
No,
what
I was,
Right.
listen. It's about. I don't want to
he's cute.
plagiarize. Yeah, he's cute. Everybody cute to somebody.
you, right.
So what I'm gonna say is, he did some research and interviewed a bunch of Filipinos, and he said a lot of them identify as Pacific Islander as opposed to Asian because they feel excluded from the Asian community, the wider Asian. They feel erased within the
Oh,
Asian
I
community.
see.
Do you think
Yeah.
that's in your experience? Is that true? Or for
Damn,
some
that's
Filipinos
a
you
hard
feel-
question.
Well,
Yeah.
I want to weigh in on this because I
Yeah.
feel like, and this is me speaking from a place of my uncle dad is from the Philippines, so the Filipino culture and community is also really interwoven into my life.
Can we unpack Uncle Dad for a second?
My uncle dad I'm also his namesake. So I was raised by my aunt and my uncle, my dad's sister, and her Filipino husband. And his name is Donato Dudalao. Shout out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm actually named after him. And my name means gift from God, obviously.
And is
And is.
You're
You're welcome.
welcome.
I feel like in the Asian community, Filipinos are as close to Pacific Islanders in the ways that, at least here in the U.S. continent, when we think about issues like colorism and economic status and U.S. imperialism and colonialism, like we share a lot of those challenges,
Yes.
right? So I think they're our closest cousins,
Yeah.
really. And so I just want people to think more expansively about what that means. And like you, I don't think it's ever fair for us to like impose a label on anyone
Yes.
because I know so many people that, are Filipino, that born and raised in American Samoa, and they align closest to Samoan culture and community than they even do their Filipino heritage.
right.
Sure, but I mean, on that note, right? Like, I grew up in Aotearoa. I would never call myself a Māori, right?
Yeah.
I'm a New Zealander
Yeah.
as far as my nationality goes, but I wouldn't take on the ethnicity of the island group. I agree that I don't want to be someone who's telling you how to identify or not to identify, especially with these labels that we didn't create. But the truth of the matter is, there are real life implications, right?
Period.
Yeah.
There are 4 million Filipinos in the U.S., around 2 million Pacifica people. If all the Filipinos are identifying as Pacific Islanders, they can hide our stats when it comes to employment, health, education, all
Period.
those things. And so the resources don't get to us, or the resources like scholarships and all those things can get taken by people who don't necessarily share the same inequities. So that's all I got to say about that.
Share the same inequity or share the willingness to do something about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I know a number of organizations that will fundraise like hell in the name of AAPI organizations and community. But
Period.
when we look at who's on staff, who is getting services, who's being funded, it looks very specific. And so I would just encourage you, if you are part of that organization, build the relationships and bring in the expertise of those to help divvy that up. Or it's simply okay to just say, we only serve a specific community.
Period.
Period.
And say that. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to make it AAPI, then you gotta include PI people if I'm around, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't, then you're gonna hear about it, and you're gonna hear it from Bretman too.
But
Yeah.
shout
Like,
out
that
to
would be
all of our
mean-spirited.
Asian Americans, our Asians, our Filipinos especially. And I would echo this. Even in therapy, a lot of my Filipino clients, there's shit that I don't have to explain. There's things that they don't have to explain because so much of our lives look similar. Family, food, culture, respect, tradition, right? Like, although the nuances are very specific, the general understanding is always there. And I mean, I'm biased because I got Filipino nieces and nephews at home. Hi, babies. A shout out to them. But I think that's the beautiful part about how we can see AAPI solidarity is, well, how do we honor these rich cultures, and then how do we also stand together, point in case, right?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to echo that. I think there's so many beauties too, especially being in the States, and why we sometimes blend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even just to add to that, like, nobody defended me more than, like, my Samoan Tongan sisters when I was being bullied as gay in school. Like, girl, they beat up kids for me.
Yeah.
So, like,
Good for that.
girl, we really was one.
Yeah. I feel like one of the common themes is how we embrace queer people in
Yeah,
our families
100%.
and communities, right? I will never forget when I was really young and we went to take my mom's pulitasis to get sewn, and we walk into the Filipino seamstress, the sewing shop, Mary's in Nuuli, and they look at me and they go, bakla? Abinang bakla. That's all I was like, oh, I knew I was clocked.
Period.
But it was never from a place of like disgust or malice. It was like, oh, look at this precious young being. What are you getting made today? How can I make you look pretty?
Period.
I got a question for you, Bretman.
Hit me.
So, have you ever like dabbled in the Samoan or Tongan or Pacific Islander pool yourself, or
Like,
Define
Define
dabble.
dabble.
like, girl,
I think you know
define
what?
dabble,
Got your
like,
feet dipped
in
or
the Pacific
soaked?
Ocean.
Or tickled.
In the Pacific Ocean.
No, of course. Like, duh, girl. Yeah. Well, yes.
How
Okay,
were
we're
the
gonna leave it at
tides?
The
High tide or low tide?
It was very low tide, but Girl.
Not too much.
Not-
Wait, how frequently? Like, how many we talking? Like,
I feel like I've only really been with 2 Pacific Islanders in my life.
what, do you know specifically what island?
One
or?
was damn. Girl. Shit. One was Hawaiian and white and Asian, and then another one was like black and Tongan. So black.
There's not many of those there. I think we could find out who that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be easy.
Stop it.
Well, they're not here. Period.
I think I messed around with 2 Filipinos. I was thinking about it. One was I worked in the nonprofit space, and the other one was a drug dealer. So
I love
What is
that.
spectrum?
Yeah.
I love the
Yes.
spectrum.
That's
So did you
love
get
on the
more than
spectrum, girl.
I mean, what about you? Have you messed around with any Filipinos?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Duh.
Y'all remember I used to work on the fishing boats in Alaska.
Come on.
And there are many of my Filipino fam that
That's
go
a lot
there.
of semen. That is a lot of semen,
Let's just
girl.
say we made the fishing quota every season.
Come on.
Period.
She's a hard
Period.
worker, if you
Period.
will.
That's why the water's salty. Girl, y'all helping the sperm whales. I
Yes,
love it.
1,000%.
I love it.
So yeah.
wait. So what are the myths around Filipino men specifically, as far as?
Uh-huh.
Because I can tell you about Samoan men.
Tell us.
Sure.
Tell her, you start.
This isn't a personal attack to any Samoans or Tongans here, but they're not necessarily known for having, like,
What?
being hung. Let's put it that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Being
Who are you
hung?
sleeping with?
Hey,
Quinn, did you say being
Low
hung?
tide?
yeah,
Low
low
tide.
tide. That's the first time I've heard that expression.
Oh.
High tide and low tide.
We just made it up.
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. All right.
Now everybody in the
Duh.
comments, where the low
Hey, come
tide?
on. Oh, yeah, I know him. He high tide. All right. Well, that's the case. What is that the case with Filipino men? Because I can only speak about the drug dealer. And
No,
the,
I've had like Filipino man was like it was giving historical waves, girl. I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
where did this come from?
Yeah.
I feel
Meaning
is
it
your-
started low
where's
and
your family
ends high?
from?
no, it started and ended historically
Hi.
huge. I was like, wait, this is the ones they surf in Tahiti, girl.
I only found
I
out.
know you wasn't. Oh, I thought you was about to ask me, Vi, about men. I'm like, I know you
No,
ain't
but I
about
was
to
gonna
ask me
say,
about men on this
when I-
podcast.
When I brought up penis size to you, you had no idea that someone's unpacking like that, right?
Correct. I had no idea. One, because I don't like men. Two,
I
I have
thought
no
so.
interest in high tide, low tide, baby. None of that, because the lesbians know where it's at. It's always moving. It's always steady. And if it's not,
Period.
you can go buy one, okay?
Yeah.
High tide, low tide, all that.
Period.
But yeah, I had
Big
no
tide, thin
idea
tide.
that Samoan men were known for small penises.
Well, I didn't say small now. I just said no.
He
no,
said
high.
low
Someone
tide.
tell me what.
Say
Someone
it.
tell me the difference between low tide and small penis.
All I know is low or high, I'm paddling out.
The fuck? No,
We
I mean,
paddling out.
yeah. Heard and yes, but also I don't believe in that narrative, even on any spectrum. And I really just want us, especially as a queer community, like to get over being size queens. The way that we want to police people's bodies, there's so many other ways that we could find the pleasure that we desire for ourselves, whether
Yeah.
that is with another person or like
Toys.
that Lupe mentioned. Because we don't need that negativity in like other people's legs. Let's build people up, whether it's
Yeah.
low tide, high tide.
Right.
But we cannot place a label and just assume that a whole group of people is any
You're right,
tide.
you're right. you're
Wait,
right.
have y'all ever
Because also
seen
I'm
a?
speaking from experience.
Have you ever seen a micro tide?
Yeah.
Girl, one time I was like, just finger me.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
finger me at that point, girl. What the fuck? Yeah.
And on that note, we are gonna cut to our commercial break right now. Here's
Okay.
a message from Yes to Go.
Thank you, yes to go.
Twice yearly PrEP is here. One office visit every 6 months. 2 times a year for HIV prevention. That's 1-2 PrEP. That's Yes2Go. Yes2Go is an injectable prescription medicine that helps to protect against HIV through sex. One office visit every 6 months. One during your winter glam. And one during your summer glow. One during your winter time. And one during your summer shine. You must be HIV negative to receive Yes2Go and get tested for HIV before each injection. If you think you were exposed to HIV or have flu-like symptoms, tell your healthcare provider right away. HIV testing may be needed. Yes2Go does not prevent other sexually transmitted infections. Practice safer sex and get Yes2Go as scheduled. Missing doses increases your chance of getting HIV. Tell your provider about your medical conditions if you are pregnant or plan to be, and all the medicines and supplements you take, as Yes2Go may affect some medicines. The most common side effects are injection site reactions, headache, and nausea. Rare serious injection site reactions can occur, so tell your provider about any side effects. 99.9% of people state HIV negative. Ask a healthcare provider if Yes2Go is right for you. 1-2 PrEP.
And we're back. Thank you, Sierra. 1-2 Prep. Who's on Prep, y'all? Let's just take a poll. Let's go around. Bye.
Let's ask
Like
the
by a
class.
raise of hand.
Yeah, let's ask the audience.
Who is
on prep?
Raise your
Yo.
hand.
Oh, Kikoa. Oh, we
Period.
know.
Wow.
I know that's right.
We've got
Want
one.
to see it.
I am currently not on PrEP, but I have been on PrEP.
But if you check under your seat,
today,
everybody gets
PrEP.
prepped.
Wait, hold on.
The last time I was on PrEP was actually about a year and a half ago.
Wait. Oh,
And
shit.
then I was celibate for almost a year. I only recently started having sex again, but with my
gosh.
new partner.
Yo.
And we're not
Wow.
having unprotected sex.
Okay.
Don't get pregnant now.
Because I don't want to get pregnant. At the
Exact-
height of my career?
How will your parents think?
Exactly. All 4 of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, are you on Prep, Bretman?
No, because I've also been celibate for 9 months.
9
Oh.
months?
Thank you so
Yo.
much.
Celibate
I'm
girlies.
so strong.
That's,
Period.
that's
Mental
in right
health
now.
as well.
Yes,
You are
girl.
well.
Celibacy is in right now. Good for
How about
us.
for you, Vi?
Yeah. So no, we're not celibate in Hawaii. But shout
Love.
out to y'all for holding it down, because love
Okay.
is with intention. She's not on PrEP. No,
Oh.
we
No,
not.
but hold up. Didn't y'all break the bid last night?
Stop
If
it,
I didn't-
Crit. Mind your manners.
Hey,
That bed was broke.
No,
Sorry, Kaimana
yeah,
Beach.
okay,
It was broke.
sure.
I didn't break it. Neither did my wife. We're not
What
into
color
that.
is it?
The bed?
The peg.
Oh.
Yeah. Wait, so
Okay.
what's it like dating in Hawaii?
I don't. Why would I waste my time? What?
Like, elaborate, like, because I agree, it's kind of slim pickings out here, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's not really a lot. Like, okay, oh my God, I'm gonna sound so rude.
No, go ahead.
But
Be rude.
like, I really don't date anyone younger than me. Period. There's that. So
Yeah.
okay, let's think about people my age,
Mm-hmm.
and then gay, and then successful. Girl, I can't name that many people
Yeah.
that would
Right.
even meet my standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In here, to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Yeah.
So I really don't date in here. But like, I've hooked up with like one local person ever.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, I'm really strong.
Yeah.
But when I'm in the
that
girl,
mental
God really
fortitude.
gives his battles to the strongest soldiers, girl.
1,000%.
Right. I don't know anyone, one, like you said, with stature, successful, beautiful, right?
And gay on top of
And
that.
then
Like,
gay
fuck.
and single and celibate on purpose, right? I think there's a lot of there's something to say about people who are choosing in our big age to be celibate, but also on purpose, right? It's
Yeah.
not because you can't get no dick; it's because you're choosing not to get no dick, right?
Okay.
Oh.
Can we talk about that too?
Wait,
though?
you really spoke there.
Can we talk about though people who don't can't meet you where you're at, right? And that
Yeah.
includes being as successful as you are. Like, how do you? Can you speak to the dynamic of like not being sure whether people are engaging with you because of your success or that
Yeah.
proximity to fame and all of that?
Oof.
Oof, gosh, I really don't even know. I feel like I need to learn that lesson because I feel like I trust people really easily, and I always just think the best for people, and like it takes like sometimes my family members to be like, girl, that's a clout chaser ass bitch. Or he's only with you because of who you are, and like sometimes I really do have to think, and it's not just like in my relationship with guys, it's also like people that I surround myself with. Like, would you have been my friend if I wasn't Bretman Rock? No.
Yeah.
You know, would you even talk to me if I was like a regular person? And sometimes, and most of the time, the answer is no.
Yeah.
And to be honest, that's a constant lesson that you kind of learn still.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because I feel like okay, hit the
No, I was just gonna say, like, also, for you as someone that's highly visible within our community, I'm just curious how you also relate to that challenge, if or not.
I mean, it's definitely not the same challenge, but I mean, men are men, right? And they're gonna say what they think you want to hear and stuff. That's the challenge I come across, right? Guys who just want to hook up or whatever, and they'll say what. And my experience has often been me looking for like something more serious, right? And they'll pretend that they're looking for that, and then they hook up, and then that's it, and then it's done with, and then it's like, oh shit, like, was that a kink? Like, I think a lot of guys, that's a kink, is to make you, to win you over or whatever, and then they piss off, and then it's like, oh
Like love
shit.
bombing.
Yeah. Wait, so Bretman, you kind of alluded to it already. You're looking for someone who's of your age or older.
Yeah.
They got their shit together. What other sort of things are you looking for, man?
To be honest with you, my mom is always like, don't you think like your boyfriend or your future boyfriend, like, don't you worry about what they think about your videos, or like, do you think that they would cringe? Like, literally, my mom asking me this.
Yeah.
And I just tell her like, Mom, I don't think my man's watching my videos.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think my man is on the internet.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I think my man is like an old NASCAR driver. Like, I don't know. Like, somebody
Like,
not in
he's
the
busy
industry.
NASCAR
too.
driver.
My man doing his own thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not worried about like if what my man thinks of my videos. Cause
Yeah.
like, girl,
Yeah.
If he's gonna judge them, he's not for you, right?
exactly. Period.
Yeah.
I would imagine though, like just in my head, how much goes into someone manipulating to get so close to you, right? Whether it's for sex, just to say, oh, I'm with Bretman, or I was at Bretman's house. Like, that's a lot of fucking mental work to do all of that just to be in proximity.
Shit, yeah. I mean, I know you're in Long Beach, but LA.
Stop it.
Do you spend? I know you spend some time in LA, right? But
Yeah,
like,
I
that's
live
a
in
whole
Marina
nother.
Del Rey.
I mean, see, that's a little bit removed from like
Yeah,
Hollywood.
from LA,
yeah. So is that? I feel like that's intentional for you, right?
Yeah, I used to live in Hollywood actually, like in
Where?
La Brea.
La Brea and what?
Why you stalking me or something?
Yo, that's my stomping ground,
People do a
yo.
lot of energy.
No, I used to live at Sunset La Brea, like literally, like right as I step out, it's the first stars.
Yeah.
I definitely lived there for the fantasy, just to let people back home know, like, yeah, I live in Hollywood. Yeah, I am Hollywood.
Yeah.
Fuck. But very quickly did I realize it's really like nasty. Like, there's like a lot of homelessness in like the Hollywood stars, and there's like shit outside.
Yeah.
Like, you step foot outside and there's like shit on the stars.
Oh, it's Gotham City.
Yeah.
Like I call it Gotham City.
Yes.
It's fucking.
That's sometimes human.
Yeah, and it's like
It's
no.
mostly
More
human.
often than
Girl,
not,
I was
it's
trying to be
human.
nice.
it's mostly
Literally.
human. Yeah.
So I was like, I need to go by the water. So I started looking at Santa Monica, but La Brea. I mean, Marina Del
Marina Del
Rey
Rey.
is where I ended up, which I love.
Beautiful.
The Trader Joe's in there is so cunty. Like the workers are always high as fuck, and I feel like everyone around me are like swingers and old people.
Yeah.
Very
Wait a
my
minute
fantasy.
now.
That's the vibe.
Yeah.
That's the vibe.
I mean, I love that. You know, when you're posting from home, you've created like an environment for yourself that's your sanctuary, right?
Yeah.
Can you speak to how important that is to you?
Oh my gosh. I feel like a lot of the environment that I live now is kind of like an expression of like how I wanted my environment to be like when I was a kid. I feel like the space that I created is a space where I get to heal my inner child. Like
Yeah.
that little Bretman pebble planted so many seeds for me to live the life that I get to live today. Just like in his interest in like animals. Like I raised chickens back when I lived in the Philippines, and the fact that even now I still have chickens and get to make content with them, like in a way, like when I see my videos of me playing with my chickens, I see the inner child in me, like being
Aw.
like chasing them around and like painting their nails and coloring them, and even just like excuse me, like plants. Like my grandmother planted so many things because she was a healer back home. She was an albulario, which is a witch doctor. And being intentional with what I plant, like people get shocked when I tell them that every single plant in my house is picked out by me, even like down to the grass. Like I literally had to rip out like the grass that the old owners had, because girl, I want my Goya grass. Like I don't want no ugly grass, like the itchy one. Like no, like every single thing in my house is very intentional. Just even like the colors that I picked out. Like when you enter my house, the color of the walls is green, and it's because that's the Pantone color of my birthday. So everything in my house is very intentional, even down to my Punky Aloha painting, my
Yes,
Shout out to
yes,
Punky
yes.
Aloha.
Soren
Aloha.
painting, and it's all just like by local. So many, it's been kissed by so many local artists, and I've even when I have people in my house just working on my roof or like painting my house, they always tell me the same exact thing, that my house or just the environment that I've made feels like a hug, and you can tell there's love in my house, and every little thing down to the mess is intentional. So I think to answer your question, it's my space is really just an extension and a love letter to the little Bretman Rock.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing
Of
that.
course.
You know, when we're talking about AAPI solidarity and how you always give us a shout out and you're supporting our
Yes.
artists, you're supporting our
Yes.
podcast, which we really appreciate. You've mentioned before you have a Samoan on like nieces and nephews and a brother-in-law. Yeah. What's the role that they play in your life and your
Oh my
relationship with
goodness.
Islanders?
Oh my gosh. My sister's minions is crazy. Can we all just take a moment? My sister's not pregnant this year. Princess,
She's celibate too.
I don't know. She ain't.
There's something
She
in the
ain't.
water.
But she hasn't gotten
Stop
pregnant,
it.
girl. I'm so proud of you, princess. Because girl, my family too, like they need to stop fucking so much. Like
Very fertile.
actually, that is a Filipino. What was it that you
Myth.
asked?
Myth. Yeah.
Girl, they be fucking. I'm like, girl, are y'all bored? Like, can y'all do anal or something?
Oh my God, Ado!
I have a new nephew and niece every year, and it's
Yeah.
like the list just keeps getting longer, and I can only get so much Christmas presents.
Yeah.
Honestly. But going back to your question about my Pacific Islander nephews and nieces, it's been so fun, like learning just their culture, like even like the languages that we speak. When Cleo was a little bit younger, we would teach her like beautiful eyes, and eyes to us is mata. And I think in Samoan is
It's
makas.
mata.
Yeah.
Maka?
Mata.
Oh, matas. Yeah, and so
Oh, you say the K's as T sometimes too.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
T
yeah.
can informally maka.
Yeah.
So.
yeah,
That's why Donata was proper. She OG with it. T. I
Yeah,
said
yeah.
K.
yeah.
Mata.
But like even just simple things like that, like teaching her, and just like realizing how similar we are
Yeah.
is so cool. But also Cleo is truly like the embodiment of what a Filipino Samoan kid is like, because Miss Girl, she be singing down like, and I'm really like, wow, we the Samoan and the Filipino throat chakra is really.
Okay,
I
it's
mean,
giving
like Miss
magic.
Girl was singing "Love" since like by Keisha Cole when she was
Yeah.
4 years
Like
old.
someone broke her heart.
Yes, like eyes closed and everything.
All right, y'all. So we took a call from the audience. If anyone would like to ask a question, now's the time. What y'all got?
Ooh.
Oh, we
Yes,
got one?
Tiara. We just took an audience question, and Tiara is a psychologist that works with young queer folks, and she wants to know, with everything that's going on in this administration that is feeding young people the narrative that they are just not good enough or that there's something wrong with their existence. Tiara wants to hear from Bretman what piece of advice or something that you want to share with the queer youth.
Yeah. First, before I give any advice, I would just like to tell the queer youth how happy I am for you to live in such a different world than even me, who's not even that much older than you, got to live. I feel like queer representation nowadays is so out there. Like back then, like I feel like there wasn't a lot of queer people in media, and now there's so many of us, especially brown queer people in media. So I'm so happy that you get to live in a life where you have more representation than I did, and the fact that I get to be that for you guys is also such an honor.
Yeah, you're a trailblazer.
Yeah,
like you've been a
absolutely.
trailblazer. Yeah.
Thank you. But if I had to give any advice, I think a lot of us queer kids grow up a little too fast. We have to grow up constantly defending ourselves, having to grow up faster than our siblings because, just even with me, like my mom really implemented that I have to be successful. You're not gonna have kids, you have to be. She didn't say that verbatim, but like I
Yeah.
know
Right.
why she had to say those things. And even my dad constantly worried about how I should protect myself. So that's why I had to do fucking sports my whole life, girl. Like, So if I had to say anything, it would be a child, be a kid, enjoy being a kid, plant little seeds for your older self, because a lot of us queer folks that are grown now, our biggest issue is like healing that inner child.
Yeah,
Like so
100%.
much of us are healing our inner child, and like if you start healing your inner child as a child, like you never have to do it as a grown person. So I would say like be a kid, be a gay kid, period, and be, put on the towel in your head, and it is a wig. You are Rapunzel.
It is a 16-inch bust down.
Yeah, it is.
22 inch
It
bust
is.
down.
Live your fantasy, because girl, when you're an adult, you are gonna be called weird for doing that.
Yeah.
Walk on your tippy toes. Steal your cousin's makeup. Like that's what I did, and like little things like that. Even when I was in a kid, like I would pretend like I was giving MTV house tours in my house.
Yeah.
And like I didn't know it back then, but that is little me planting a seed for future me to have the MTV show that I had.
Yeah.
Manifestation.
Manifestation. And even just like my sister and I pretending like we had a talk show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
literally
Yeah.
we would sit our family down and be like, guys, we've been working on this.
Yeah.
Like that was the type of shit my sister and I used to do. And like the fact that 10 years down the line, we got to do YouTube videos and like even having our own shows and stuff, and a podcast even. Like you just really never know what your childhood self plans for your future self. You just never know.
Yeah.
So be a kid.
But it's
Kid.
important
Have that
to-
childlike wonder.
Yeah. All of that, and I just want to remind young kids, it's important to see you on the other side of whatever that struggle is that you're holding.
Yes.
Because the world is truly your oyster. Yeah.
It
I mean, look, you
is.
manifested this budget.
Yes. Exactly.
Wait, can we?
And we're
No, I was just saying, can we talk about that? Like, when did you know that you had that magic, right? Because that's what I call it, right?
Yeah.
Like, the amount of times that I've really just willed things into existence. And sometimes sometimes in my life, I've gone through things where I lose myself and I step outside of it, and then I find my way back. But I always know it's there. When did you kind of know that for yourselves, that you had that?
I remember being like 7 years old and playing with my cousin, and we're like personifying like X-Men characters, and I was Storm. And there was a moment where I literally did this.
And you floated.
And then it rained! And then it fucking rained! It rained!
Okay,
Do
Storm.
that
Okay.
again. Can you do-
Stop
Let
it.
me.
No, not the wind
No,
picking
no, we
up.
don't need the rain right now.
'Cause why
works
did the
best
wind pick
if you
up?
don't test it.
Yo.
It works best if you don't test it. And also, most recently, I just was at a conference 2 nights ago in Sacramento, and they called me up to do the raffle. And twice, I literally drew the
Your
card,
name?
and before I read the number, I pointed out to who I thought was gonna win it, and both
Damn.
times they won.
Oh, shit.
Period.
And it was so random, but I was just
Shit.
like, there was an energetic like
You tapped
thing
in,
about it. I was just
yeah.
fucking tapped in.
Yes.
And like, I'm magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Period.
Oh
Do you have
my
a storm
gosh.
moment?
This is why I hate going after these two, because they be setting the tide real high, and here I come in humble and cute, like how I'm gonna fucking beat Storm. You know what? I think, and shout out to a lot of my eldest daughters or my firstborns. I think for me, it was more of a call internal in the house.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times my mom was working 2 jobs while my dad was in prison, and she never really had to explain Vi's gonna hold it down. It was always assumed, and I did it well. You know, I was cooking, cleaning, A+ student. I think that was the first instance where I realized I've got something special in me because I've got to lead 3 other kids while my mom is working 2 jobs. Fast forward, right, to where I'm at in my adult life, and I love how you talked about your inner child. So much of my life and my magic is seeds within where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
My practice,
Yeah.
this podcast, right? Like, what the fuck? I'm sitting next to Bretman fucking Goddess Rock, like on a podcast, having a conversation about AAPI solidarity, about mental health, about dating, low tide, high tide, all that. But all that to say is, I think I realized I had magic from the moments where I was called to lead. I never chose to lead. I was always called, whether that's in front of a college, a community, this public space. I think that was selected for me, and my call was standing in it. So
Ooh.
yeah, that's my
that is
magic.
so
I
strong.
can't cue the rain and the storm, but baby,
gotta
I'm a
do the-
You just manifested a helicopter. It's calling in.
Yes.
What about you, Bretman?
I feel like, well, I feel like I've always known I had magic because my grandma was magic. You know, the first time that I was aware of my grandma's powers, whatever that means to anyone,
Yeah.
is when she would wash her clothes outside, and she would just like kind of like talk to the sun while she's washing the clothes. And I truly remembered asking her why she talks to the sun, and she says it's her friend.
Yeah.
And so even till that day, like my relationship with the sun like changed. Like the way I love my skin, like I used to hate being darker because the sun made me dark, but then I realized like the sun's making me dark because it's protecting me from like getting sunburnt. Like that's how much the sun loves me. Like I'm not white and I get burnt, you know. The fact that I'm brown and my skin adjusts to the sun, like my skin and the sun loves itself.
Magic.
But also like I think there's something to be said about like really accepting children at a young age. Like I never had to come out. My grandmother, as I keep saying, she was a healer, but she also would read people's palms, and she refuses to read family members' palms. But she told me that like we don't have a word for famous, but she says like natagarita nagamu, which is like your name is really loud. I never knew what that meant, but also just I also was raised by a grandmother that really convinced me that the sun rose when I woke up and that it rained when I'm mad. The flowers didn't bloom if I didn't eat my food. Like so truly like my grandmother spoke so much light, love and success to me that like I truly believe that my life, regardless of wherever I end up, is always gonna work out
Yeah.
because I'm just made to be successful. And my grandma said so, so I have to live it. And even just now, like sometimes, yes, I do complain about like my job, but like, girl, this is what you wanted. Like, this is what your grandma said you were going to live. You have to live it and you have to honor it and really just be grateful for it because little Bretman Pebble would have died for this life.
Yeah.
Live it, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like I've always known I was magic.
I love that.
How many of us like feel
How do
that
you?
call?
I really felt that.
Yeah.
How did you? No.
Gosh, it was a few things. I think the first taste of it was, I grew up in the hood, right? And so there weren't a whole bunch of resources available at the school I went to, but I knew I wanted to live in another city, Auckland, where all my cousins were. And I had no idea what the hell I wanted to study, but I applied to go to law school. Nobody had shown me what it means to fill out a university application, or had shown me what it means to fill out scholarship, but I just applied on my own and I got it, and I was just like, shit, I really made this happen, by myself. And I think that gave me the confidence to go for a lot of things. Like two other examples, I used to be a TLC stan when I was young. That was my favorite group of all time. No, is that that's a Leo.
Oh, I meant chasing waterfalls.
Yeah, there we go.
Sorry, I'm really young.
No, I mean I am older.
There
That's
is an
all right.
age gap, so
yeah,
you're okay.
Yeah, Vi won't let me forget that. But no, like TLC, I was a big stan of, and I always wanted to see them in concert. I won an episode of Wheel of Fortune, and I got enough money to go over to Japan, and I ended up backstage with them. And that was just like, oh shit, I really fucking made that happen.
God.
So many times that's happened. One year when I came back from studying in the US, I was teaching at a university, Pacific Studies, and I was like, I really want to give a go in entertainment. And within a month, I booked my first McDonald's commercial. And then within another 2 months, within another 2 months, I got a job as a MTV host, and I'd never been there before, so I moved to Australia. It was crazy. So after that, I was like, oh shit, I know whatever I put my mind to, like I can make it happen, So that's one of the things I guess I really want to emphasize for our young Pacifica people, but also our young queer and trans people. Like, you just have when you really back yourself and really believe in yourself, there's just no telling what you can accomplish here.
Do you guys always feel like shit always just works out for you?
No,
absolutely.
Listen.
I think that's why I don't worry too much. I'm really just like, everything always works out. Like,
Absolutely.
there's never been a problem that I've had that didn't end up like fixing itself, or me getting over it, or like seeing the bigger picture. Like, that happened because so that I could set up for what I have now.
Yeah.
100%.
I definitely go through seasons where I stress.
Yeah.
But I have to remind myself, stop getting in your own way.
Yes.
Like you've already, like you said, like you've already planted the seeds. You just gotta let it be and trust it. And then when I do get on the other side of that, I was like, bitch, what the fuck were you just
Yeah.
Literally.
Like, it literally happened the way it was supposed to, and
No,
you're better off
absolutely.
for it. Even if in the moment you felt like there was a loss.
Yeah.
A loss
Exactly.
in a relationship
Yeah.
or a connection or money or opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, even when that happens, I've been able to come out on the other side and just see it as
Yeah.
protection.
And that's one thing too, right? Like, life is always gonna be like this, right? And so my thing is, when I am hitting lows, and I've fucking hit some low lows, but I'm always like, we've been here before, it looked different, but we fucking hit lows before, and we came out the other side fine. So you just gotta trust that, and sometimes you get lost in the experience and you don't see sight of it, but once you do, it's like, oh shit, you just gotta hang in there, and it's eventually gonna pass.
High
There's-
tide or low tide.
Yeah. Oh.
Also, I feel like there's some joy that you miss sometimes on the low. Like, sometimes I sit around with my cousins and I'm like, I really wish, and I wouldn't trade it for the world, like I lived with 36 cousins at one point. I'm not family members, not cousins, but like 36 people in one house at one point, and we were broke.
Yeah.
But like, there's times where I literally fantasize about still living with my cousins because my best friends were next door, and like
Right.
at the time we felt, for lack of a better word, like broke. But like now that we all live separately and have our own lives, I'm like, oh my God, remember when we used to live together and we would just watch shows? So I feel like sometimes we really need to smell the flowers even at the lowest.
Yeah.
100%. And if you don't have that, I think it's important for us to also speak to when you can't find that, right? It's through community, it's through environment, through land, through nature. In some capacity, it's through a therapist. I want to give that plug, but I think, part of our conversations today is to center that. When you're looking for hope, when you're looking for, what do I hang on to? How do I smell the flowers when I'm fucking in the dirt?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not even a choice you have have to make for yourself. Sometimes it's allowing other spaces, people to uplift you to then find it, right? And earlier that question in our audience, the ask of like, what do you tell young kids? I also want to echo what we talk to adults with. What do we tell these grown-ass people who reflect our age and our dynamic? Yeah, find spaces to connect to. If you're trying to connect to your inner child, go play, go to a theme park, eat all the things you couldn't because your teeth were going to rot and they were going to go bad. Like, I encourage even our adults to do that because so much of that is present, right? It's in this exact moment. So just a shameless plug as your favorite queer someone therapist. I see y'all.
1,000%. Yes. Thank you
Listen,
so much.
that's a beautiful place for us to stop. And we just want to, once again, thank you so much, Bretman. Today was such a fun day.
Thank you for having me in your sacred Polynesian space. I loved it. Here at Kaimana Beach.
Oh, shout out to the sponsors. Kaimana Beach Hotel.
They should leave a comment in the comment section. Do y'all prefer high tide or low tides? And have you seen a micro tide? Let us know.
Wait, hold on. Our farewell as we say bye, hoes. So on 3, 2, 1.
Bye, hoes.
I wasn't in
Brandon,
there. Hold on.
don't tease me with a good time. I'm ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Bye, hoes. The fuck?